就自己去檢視一下，究竟我嘅工作係咪就係實踐緊呢個使命呢？
And his answer was yes.
咁當然佢可以回答我哋真係做到啦。
So we're going to try to put it all together now.
咁所以我哋就將呢啲嘅經文咧，就將佢組合上嚟嘅時候，我哋見到有咁樣嘅情況啦。
Just like with Matthew 28, let's look at what happened in Acts 14.
就好似我哋睇馬可28章一樣啦，睇下使徒行傳14章咧，其實俾我哋見到一個點樣嘅情況。
Paul preached the good news, so there's evangelism.
咁保羅佢會去宣揚嗰個嘅福音，即係我哋所講嘅佈道事工啦。
He strengthened the disciples, so there's discipleship.
咁佢亦都係去建立嗰啲嘅信徒，咁呢個即係我哋平時所講嘅門徒訓練啦。
He appointed elders, which is leader training.
咁當然保羅亦都係咧會去委派一啲人咧去作為教會嘅領袖，即係我哋平時所講嘅領袖訓練啦。
And all of this was part of planting a church, or churches.
咁將呢啲嘅元素加埋咧，其實就係一個嘅植堂嘅事工。
So you just see Matthew 28 and Acts 14 together.
咁如果我哋將兩段嘅經文，即係馬可28章同埋使徒行傳14章擺埋一齊嘅時候咧，我哋見到嗰幅圖畫係好一致嘅。
And you really notice 4 things coming out of this.
咁就見到有4樣嘢喺呢兩段嘅經文裏邊咧係走咗出嚟啦。
Outreach, discipleship, leader training, and church planting.
就係咧，我哋要對外嘅祝福嘅工作，我哋會有做門徒訓練，而且咧係去委任一啲嘅領袖，以叫到咧佢哋能夠建立新嘅堂會。
So a church body faithfully carries out the commission of Jesus when they put all 4 of these components together in their planning and in their ministry.
咁樣嘅教會咧，就能夠好忠心地咧去完成上帝所交託嘅使命咧，就係將嗰個嘅事工咧，能夠分開呢4個嘅階段，好好嘅咧將佢建立起上嚟，成為一啲新嘅堂會。
You notice that church planting is a key part of carrying out the Great Commission.
咁而喺成個過程裏邊咧，植堂咧就係嗰個好核心嘅事工啦。
It's not just a good idea for some people who might like to do that sort of thing.
咁植堂唔係俾啲咧就係某部分咧就覺得有興趣做呢樣工作嘅人而做嘅。
That's why Ott and Wilson say a churchless mission is not a biblical mission.
所以我哋可以咁樣講，一個咧係冇教會增長嘅使命咧，就係唔合乎聖經嘅使命嚟嘅。
What they mean is, if all we ever did was share the gospel but not gather people into churches, we can't say that we have completely carried out Christ's mission.
咁即係話一間嘅教會咧，如果佢只係做好多傳福音嘅工作，使人信主，但係冇能力將呢啲嘅信徒咧係組合埋一齊成為一個教會，其實佢係冇盡到呢一個使命嘅要求嘅。
There must be a plan for gathering God's people together as a family.
所以咧，教會一定要好好嘅去計劃，如何將呢啲嘅人咧係組合成為上帝一個嘅家。
To carry out God's purposes together.
以叫到咧佢哋能夠彼此咧去實踐上帝嗰個嘅心意同埋計劃。
Lutherans teach that the church arises wherever the gospel is preached.
咁路德好強調咧，就係教會嘅出現咧，就係福音嘅宣講結果嚟嘅。
And then the members of that holy Christian church naturally gather together to carry out God's work together.
咁而呢啲咧係被福音改變嘅信徒咧，好自然咧會組合起上嚟咧，嚟到去繼續去實踐上帝嗰個嘅呼召嘅。
So hopefully this is an encouragement for you as you're reminded that planting churches is a part of your work of the Great Commission.
咁喺咁樣嘅情況之下咧，我哋希望大家可以明白一個好簡單嘅原則，就係植堂基本上就係呢一個嘅大使命嘅核心。
It's very, very God-pleasing.
亦都係上帝所喜悅嘅事。
So now, I want to talk about practical reasons to plant churches.
咁我哋從呢個聖經嘅基礎咧，而家我哋轉到去另一個嘅層面，就係植堂咧，其實有啲咩實際嘅原因而驅使我哋去植堂咧？
Even though we know it's a very godly and biblical thing to plant churches.
咁唔單止係因為呢個係聖經裏邊嘅教導同埋上帝願意嘅心意係咁樣啦。
There still might be some fear of, how can we do this and make it happen?
就係雖然係聖經咁講，亦都上帝願意，但係我哋裏邊咧，始終我哋都會有一啲嘅憂慮咧，就係點樣可以做得到咧？
So I want to show you that there are actually very many practical reasons in a place like Hong Kong to keep planting more and more churches.
咁而家落嚟啦，我希望咧能夠同大家分享咧，就算好似喺香港一個已經好多教會存在嘅地區裏邊咧，其實植堂嘅事工仍然係好迫切㗎。
First of all, new churches are the best way to reach new people groups.
咁我哋第一樣要知道嘅事實咧，就係建立新嘅堂會，其實係我哋接觸一啲新嘅朋友最佳嘅方法之一。
Older churches tend to reach the original social group in an area.
咁一間咧就係歷史悠久嘅教會咧，佢哋有一種嘅傾向咧，就係接觸一啲其實佢哋一直已經係接觸開嘅群體嘅。
While new churches have an easier time connecting with those who are new to the area.
咁但係呢一間新嘅堂會咧，佢係更有效去接觸咧係新嚟到嗰個嘅地區嘅一啲嘅人。
Or maybe those who feel out of place in a certain area.
又或者嗰啲係被忽略嘅一啲嘅人啊，喺個地區裏邊。
So examples might be mainlanders, maids, refugees in Hong Kong.
咁如果喺香港嘅處境嚟講咧，可能呢啲嘅新嘅群體未接觸嘅咧，係包括呢個新移民啦，一啲嘅外來嘅傭工啦，又包括係一啲嘅即係走難到嚟香港嘅難民啦。
Think about how many students come here every year to study, and they're out of their element. They're out of things that are familiar to them.
咁我哋知道而家香港大學咧係接收咗好多咧外地嚟嘅學生嘅。
Sometimes when there are new residents in a community.
咁一個嘅地區裏邊咧，常常都會有係啲新搬入嚟嘅居民㗎。
They maybe would not feel very welcome or feel very comfortable in a church that has existed for a long time, but very comfortable in a church that is made up of new people like them.
呢啲嘅新嘅群體啦，對象啦，咁有啲好得意嘅現象咧，就係佢哋咧去到一間咧係好舊嘅教會，即係已經成立咗一段時間嘅教會，佢哋好似好難適應，但係一間新嘅堂會咧，就似乎係容易投入一啲嘅。
In Texas, where I helped start a church, we saw this happen more than once.
咁喺德州我過去所服侍嘅教會裏邊咧，呢個現象咧其實係我目睹過好多次嘅。
Areas that were more established, that were older, it was more difficult to talk to those people about coming to church.
咁如果佢哋咧比較係成熟，即係已經有耐一啲嘅歷史、一啲嘅區分嘅時候咧，你發現去接觸而鼓勵佢哋翻教會係一件好困難嘅事嚟嘅。
But people who had just moved in were a little more open to the idea of going to a church and meeting some new people.
但係如果有啲人咧，佢啱啱搬到去嗰個地區裏邊咧，唔知點解咧，就佢哋對一啲人對發出啲邀請去參加教會咧，就好似係容易接受啲嘅。
Another new group that probably would not be reached with an older church would be rural people who move into the city.
咁就如果喺中國嗰個嘅情況咧，就係喺一啲比較部落或者鄉村嘅地方。而佢哋要搬到去城市工作咧，咁亦都係啦，一啲舊嘅教會似乎又好難去接觸佢哋嘅。
A recent article on China's Source pointed out that it's incredibly difficult for the urban Chinese church to reach rural people who come into the city.
咁最近一份嘅期刊裏邊咧，亦都係報導到咧，就有關呢啲嘅少數民族咧，當佢哋搬到去城市去居住嘅時候咧，當地嘅教會咧係好難咧能夠去接觸佢哋嘅。
Even if those people are already Christian when they arrive.
就算啦，就係呢啲新入即係新搬到去嗰個地方嘅，本身已經係基督徒嚟嘅咯，但係都唔容易融入嘅。
Their life is just too different from the urbanites.
咁好可能咧，就係因為大家嗰個嘅生活習慣、文化背景實在差異太大啦，佢哋已經好難去融入到，唔好講教會。
All of these people can hear the gospel and be saved by the power of the Holy Spirit.
咁當然呢啲人咧都係需要聽福音，而且係需要經歷聖靈咧所帶俾佢哋嘅改變㗎。
But trying to make them fit into existing congregations may be a little difficult.
但係帶佢哋信主係一回事，讓佢哋能夠咧去加入投入一個嘅教會咧，又係另一回事喎。
A newer church might have an easier time connecting the gospel with them.
而一個咧係新嘅堂會咧，佢哋似乎係較有能力係合適咧去接待呢啲新嘅移民，又或者係新搬嚟嘅居民嘅。
Additionally, these people groups represent those who have gone through a lot of change in their lives.
咁我哋都可以想像得到咧，其實呢啲新搬嚟到嘅城市嘅人咧，佢哋本身喺生命裏邊咧已經經歷咧係好多嘅改變啦。
We know those whose lives have been upset by change are often more interested in maybe something we might have to say to them.
咁所以咧喺咁樣嘅處境裏邊咧，當教會去接觸佢哋嘅時候咧，其實對佢嚟講係有一定嘅吸引力嘅。
New churches can focus on these people groups that may not be served very well by older congregations.
咁一啲新嘅堂會咧，就較為咧能夠將佢哋嘅注意咧係集中喺呢啲新嘅群體裏邊，而就係嗰啲嘅大教會咧係比較難去做得到嘅。
Also, there are socio-economic and geographic barriers.
咁我哋知道咧，其實一啲未信主嘅人咧，即係其實佢哋同教會之間咧有一啲喺經濟或者係地理上邊咧嗰個嘅差異嘅，成為一種嘅阻隔。
A geographic barrier would be when somebody says, well, I'm not interested in going to that church. It means I have to go across some geographic barrier like Victoria Harbor.
咁有啲時候咧，我哋會覺得啊，即係如果佢要去參加間教會咧，其實首先佢要解決呢個地理上邊嘅阻隔啦，即係譬如我要過海啊。
And we might say, that's kind of silly. Why don't you just take the MTR over to the Kowloon side?
咁啲人就話：咁唔係好難啫，係嘛？搭地鐵過九龍嗰邊咪得咯。
Many Christians think to themselves, if God were important to you, then you would make the time and you would come across the harbor to go to church.
咁有啲人嘅時候咧，我哋信徒咧都會有一啲咧係屬靈嘅原則咧，就覺得係好大條道理嘅，即係話如果上帝係咁緊要嘅，飛都飛到嚟啦。
But of course, we're thinking like Christians already.
咁但係你要知道咧，呢個係你作為一個信徒嘅諗法係咁啫。
Of course, we would travel long distances to hear the gospel.
咁對於你嚟講咧，可能咧就係去一個好長嘅路程去返教會，唔係問題。
For those who are non-Christians, this may not make much sense.
但係對一個咧未信主嘅人嚟講咧，呢個對佢嚟講唔係一個咧係即係佢哋會做或者佢哋想做嘅事嚟。
It might be kind of awkward to invite your friend to come with you to church if they have to travel an hour or an hour and a half on the MTR.
咁如果你即係邀請人翻你嘅朋友翻你嘅教會，而咧係需要佢哋咧要搭超過1個鐘頭嘅交通工具嘅話咧，咁呢個即係唔係一件對佢嚟講唔係一件即係歡迎嘅事嚟嘅。
You say, I know we live here together in Sai Kung. It's a very nice place.
咁我哋喺西貢住就住得幾舒服嘅。
I was wondering if you would like to go with me to church some Sunday to Lantau Island.
咁但係去大嶼山聚會咧就真係唔好搞我啦。
You might say, I don't have that kind of time.
咁但係佢話將時間花喺呢度好似唔係好值喎。
As much as we would like people to pick a church because it has the truth of the gospel,
咁我哋當然咧希望咧一個人去揀教會嘅時候咧，係因為講緊教會裏邊有上帝嘅真理。
new people do not have that same mindset yet.
但係可惜嘅就係一個未信主嘅人，佢唔會咁諗噶嘛。
This also ties into the commuting culture.
咁所以咧就係一啲人咧，即係如果佢要係喺即係跨區嚟到去生活嘅時候咧，佢就有咁樣嘅考慮啦。
The more that people commute to work during the week,
咁平時咧我哋一日咧就5日工作咧已經要跨區啦。
The less they want to go far distances on the weekend.
星期日返教會仲要跨區。
And so they want to live in a community that has everything they need.
所以近近地好啦。
Hospitals and schools.
係啦，即係咩都好啦近近地就好啦。
And churches.
咁教會都唔例外啦。
Again, we would like them to choose a church because it is a biblical church.
咁如果你諗下我哋應該按住聖經嘅真理嚟到去揀教會嘅。
But the reality is many people choose a church at first anyway because it's close.
咁但係咧對於一個未信主嘅嚟講，嗰個交通嘅距離先至係佢哋首要嘅考慮。
And because the people are nice.
當然啦，都要講啲人係真係信徒教會嘅人真係好先得嘅。
So if 3 families from your church have moved to Taio or Tsingy,
咁譬如啦，舉例啦，你教會裏邊有3個家庭咧，佢哋搬咗去大澳或者青衣啊。
why not think about starting a church to reach the people who live in those places?
咁我哋去考慮啦，咁不如就喺當地附近嘅裏邊咧，就建立一個新嘅堂會。
Actually, Christine and I really like to go to Llama Island on the weekends.
咁咧就我同我老婆咧就週末就好中意去南丫度。
So I'm hoping someone here would start a church in Llama Island.
咁所以如果喺南丫度有我哋嘅會，係堂會都好嘅。
Here's something else that we need to think about is that generally churches plateau over time.
咁我哋要留意到咧，教會有一個嘅現象咧，就係當佢哋嘅一個嘅歷史咧進入到某一個嘅時段嘅時候咧，會有一種咧係橫向嘅現象嘅喎。
New churches can grow from 10 people to 100 people within a few years.
咁一間新嘅堂會咧，可以喺1-2年之間咧，人數咧由10個人咧增長到咧差唔多100人咁樣。
So that's a 1,000% gain.
如果係咁樣嘅話咧，即係嗰間教會咧就係有1000% 嘅增長啦。
Okay? But it says they typically plateau, we hear here, they typically plateau in attendance by their 15th year.
但係有研究咧係顯示咧，當嘅教會咧係步入15年左右嘅時期咧，就會出現咗呢種橫向發展嘅現象啦。
And by 35 years, they're having trouble keeping the numbers of people that they lose. So they gain some, they lose some.
咁如果嗰個教會咧超過35年嘅時候咧，就會出現咧其實流失嘅人數咧就甚至乎有啲機會咧係多過新朋友嗰個加入添。
And once they reach 40 years of age, they kind of begin a slow and steady decline.
40年後就更大鑊啦。
So the growth curve is kind of like, whoop, and then a little bit, and then kind of stabilizing, and then slowly dropping down.
咁咧，我哋見到嗰個嘅教會嘅生命嘅週期咧，就喺初時嘅一段嘅短時間裏邊咧，有一個急升嘅現象咧，然後就慢慢咧就下降或者打橫行啦。
It's just something that regularly happens to churches.
咁呢個係一個好普遍嘅現象嚟嘅。
Everyone thinks, well, we will not be that church. We will keep growing forever.
咁係人咧都係咁諗話，我哋唔會好似啲教會咁樣嘅，我哋一定會能夠保持嗰個增長嘅。
And God has blessed a few churches with that kind of renewal.
咁咧就的而且確有部分嘅教會真係可以做到呢一種嘅即係持續增長。
But the vast majority of churches fall into these kinds of patterns.
咁只可惜嘅就係大部分嘅教會咧都會墮入咧頭先所講呢一種嘅生命嘅週期現象裏面啦。
Look at this little chart here. Congregations that are less than 3 years old, the number of people brought to faith is 10 to 100.
咁咧呢個我哋又係做少少嘅數字嘅統計咧，我哋見到有啲係教會係嗰個嘅即係生命咧係歷史係少過3年嘅時候咧，咁佢哋喺100個會友裏邊咧，即係大概咧可以帶到10個嘅新朋友翻嚟嘅。
3 to 15 years, it goes half, right? 5 per 100.
咁去到第3到第15年左右啦，咁佢哋咧就係100個嘅會友嘅裏邊咧，大概只係能夠帶到5個新朋友翻嚟啫。
And after 15 years, it goes down further yet.
咁如果15年之後咧，就甚至乎係低過3個添。
This is also interesting is that the average new church gains 1/3 to 2/3 of its new members from those not attending any church.
咁而我哋見到另一個現象咧，就係嗰啲新嘅堂會咧，喺佢哋所吸引嚟嘅新朋友裏邊咧，有1/3到2/3咧，其實係未參加過其他教會，即係啲所謂從未接觸過基督教嘅信徒朋友啦。
But churches over 10 to 15 years gain 80 to 90% of their new members by transfer from other congregations.
咁而咧嗰啲10到15年以上歷史嘅教會咧，喺佢嘅新朋友嘅裏邊咧，其實有8-9成咧，其實唔係一啲未信主或者未接觸基督教，反而係其他堂會轉過嚟嘅較多。
Now these are American statistics.
咁我哋要承認同埋明白咧，呢啲數字係嚟自美國教會嘅。
But I've started to see a rising trend in church shopping and in church hopping in this part of the world.
咁但係咧，我哋嚟到香港雖然時間唔係好耐咧，我都係見到呢一種咧周圍咧去尋找教會，或者喺唔同嘅教會裏邊咧跳嚟跳去嘅信徒咧，都係越嚟越多嘅。
Brothers and sisters that might say to people in your congregation, well, it's much closer to come to your congregation.
咁可能你聽過呢啲新朋友咧，佢就話啦：，我見到你間教會近啲喎。
Or I don't like the pastor over at that other church. Your pastor is a lot nicer.
咁有啲話啫啦，其實我真係以前喺教會嘅牧師真係麻麻地，我講你哋間教會講得唔錯喎。
Additionally, as Christians mature in their faith, sometimes they want churches that are a little more stable.
咁但係咧，我哋都知道咧，就如果對一啲咧係比較成熟嘅信徒嚟講咧， 有時佢就會希望間教會係較為穩定一啲嘅。
And so they are often drawn to older congregations that seem to be more stable.
咁所以對佢呢啲嘅即係已經信咗主一段時間嘅人嚟講，如果佢轉教會咧，佢哋會傾向係揾一啲比較係穩定啲，即係歷史比較長啲嘅教會啦。
Well, I want to talk with you a little bit about reasons for plateaued
講
growth.
講一間教會生命嘅週期裏邊咧，就會進入一種咧係橫行嘅時段嘅。
We believe that the gospel keeps working through the power of the Holy Spirit.
當然我哋相信咧，福音咧係藉着聖靈嗰個嘅工作咧，係繼續發揮緊佢嗰個嘅功效嘅。
So I'm not saying that over time the gospel in a church loses its power.
所以我哋見到教會嗰個橫行嘅現象，唔係話因為福音失去咗佢嗰個嘅能力。
But there are reasons why, as a congregation gets older, it may plateau in its growth.
咁但係我哋都要留意一下啦，就點解間嘅教會隨著年齡嗰個嘅增長，佢哋會步入呢個橫向嘅階段咧？
The first problem is the problem of ratios.
咁第一個咧就係我哋見到咧，佢哋嗰個嘅會友嗰個嘅比例嘅或者比率嘅問題啦。
As the church gets older, the number of mature believers begins to outnumber those who are new to their faith.
咁呢個係好顯而易見，就係當教會嘅時間越長嘅時候咧，咁嗰啲比較係成熟嘅教會嘅人數咧係會越嚟越多，而會大大嘅超出過嗰啲係初信主嘅人啦。
And newer people find fewer and fewer people who are like them.
咁啲初信主嘅人嚟到一間嘅教會咧，就發現咧同佢即係喺個屬靈嘅程度裏邊接近嘅人咧，其實只係得好少嘅啫喎。
They may feel like they are kindergartners coming into a classroom of 12th graders.
正如一間嘅即係一個幼稚園學生咧，就入到一間嘅中學嘅課室裏邊咧，佢就感覺到好唔自在啦。
And since they don't see too many people like them, they don't feel as comfortable staying around.
因為同年齡嘅人咧差唔多啦，即係冇乜咁多啦嚇，咁所以咧佢哋就覺得好難喺度繼續咁樣去生存落去。
Secondly, over time, leadership, shepherding, and structure of a growing of a congregation begin to focus more on the structure and the internal matters of a congregation.
咁一間教會咧時間越長咧，嗰啲嘅牧者啊、教會領袖咧，當佢哋咧去設計或者去對應一啲教會嘅需要嘅時候，佢哋個焦點咧始終係擺咗喺嗰啲即係較為成熟喺教會歷史比較長嘅信徒身上邊。
They need to expand their Sunday school or their youth program.
咁佢哋會諗下啦嚇，個主日學咧係點樣可以係擴充點樣加強佢哋嘅青少年嘅工作等等。
They just have more programs in general.
咁就越嚟越多事工。
Division and immaturity over time can cause plateaued growth.
咁同一時間咧，就係一啲嘅信徒咧，啲唔係好成熟嘅表現就係同埋教會呢邊咧，會有啲分黨小圈子嘅現象咧，亦都會促使咧係教會進入呢一種咧橫向嘅現象嘅。
There's always a chance that when you have more leaders working together more of the time, there are more opportunities for them to get in fights.
咁如果大家一齊做嘢侍奉時間越長啦，就產生衝突嘅機會，亦都自然係越多啦。
Not every congregation has to have this, of course.
咁當然唔係指一竹篙係打一船人嘅。
Sometimes there's a disconnect with the community.
咁亦都係啦，間教會咧越嚟越內聚嘅時候咧，就形成咗咧同外界咧就好似失去咗嗰種嘅聯繫啊。
Since there are not as many new people in the congregation, oftentimes the people in the congregation do not understand the needs of the community around them.
咁由於咧嗰間教會嘅新朋友越嚟越少嘅時候咧，咁佢哋對呢啲嘅未信嘅人咧，佢哋嗰個嘅需要嗰種嘅敏感程度咧，就會慢慢嘅減退咗。
Especially if many of the members of the church are coming from communities that are far away.
咁特別係咧，如果有一啲嘅信徒咧，其實朋友咧係嚟自一啲較遠嘅地方。
Churches can plateau also because of extra cultural resistance to the gospel.
咁就係教會就點解會真係好似個發展係停滯不前咧？其中一個原因咧就係因為佢哋嗰個教會咧，不自覺地咧係形成咗一個嘅內部嘅特有嘅文化啦。
We see this happening, of course, in America and in Europe.
咁其實呢個現象喺美國歐洲都好普遍嘅。
It can plateau because of mature size.
咁但係嗰個嘅即係人數嗰個嘅數目咧，去到一個嘅時間咧，亦都會進入一種橫行嘅喎。
The Bible says that the church is like a body.
咁聖經就話啦，我哋嘅教會咧就好似身體一樣。
So a local church is a body of believers.
咁一間嘅教會咧就係堂會咧，就好似係一個嘅信徒嘅身體一樣啦。
So just think about a human body for a moment.
想像下我哋嘅身體。
Now that I am 6 foot tall, at some point I became about 6 foot tall. I'm not going to get any taller.
咁嚟到6尺，即係慢慢高到6尺之後，好難再高㗎啦。
I might get a little wider, but I'm not going to get any taller.
佢肥就容易過高嘅。
There's every reason to believe that churches also reach a certain size or a certain height.
咁就正如啦，同樣啦，一個嘅教會就好似一個身體一樣。當佢咧係增長到某一個嘅即係人數嘅時候咧，
That doesn't mean they're not being faithful with the gospel.
咁佢哋就好難繼續去增長啦。唔代表話佢哋唔忠心嘅。
It simply means that because of different factors like leader ability, church structure, the size of their building, they will generally get to a certain size and not get any bigger.
咁只不過咧有啲外在嘅環境嘅因素咧，就令到佢哋嘅增長係會放緩嘅。就譬如嗰個嘅建築物啦嘅地方夠唔夠大啦，同埋嗰啲嘅屬靈嘅領袖嘅質素啊等等。
They will gain some new people, they will lose some people, and the same pattern will happen year after year.
咁結果咧個情況就係有新朋友嚟，但亦都有唔少人會走。
In fact, just like bodies, the congregations have a life cycle.
咁所以就正如一個人有佢嘅生命週期，教會同樣都係咁樣。
They are born, they mature, they reproduce often, then they get older, and eventually they close, they die.
就好似一個人一樣啦，佢生命誕生，咁佢會生長得好快，但係慢慢咧嗰個嘅生長咧就會停頓，甚至乎咧會步入死亡。
We always like to hope that our congregation will continue on until Jesus comes back.
咁當然我每間教會咧都希望係能夠存在到直到基督翻嚟嘅日子啦。
But the reality is, if Jesus takes a long time, your church is almost certainly going to die.
咁但係咧你點都唔夠耶穌基督翻嚟嘅時間咁長嘅。
So churches plateau over time.
咁所以教會會打橫行啊。
Smaller churches generally reach more people, and church plants, new churches, are generally smaller churches.
咁咧就因為我哋知道細嘅教會咧係較為容易去接觸人，而植堂咧多數係植一啲細嘅教會㗎嘛。
So it says here, many churches, their average attendance is 51, and in 5 years they reach 32 new people.
嗱咁想像一間嘅細嘅堂會啦，假設所謂細嘅意思即係佢哋嗰個嘅平均出席人數大概51人左右。咁而喺5年之內咧，咁呢間嘅咁細嘅堂會咧就可以接觸大概係32個嘅新朋友。
The average attendance in a mega church, 2,856.
咁以一啲嘅大型教會為例啦，大型教會即係話佢嘅出席人數超過2000啦。咁但喺同一個時段裏邊咧，其實佢哋只係接觸到100幾個嘅新朋友嘅啫喎。
They reached 112 new people in 5 years.
係啦，就喺5年之內咧，即係以呢個嘅統計數字平均嚟計咧，大概係100零人啦。
So bigger churches are better than smaller churches, right? They reach more people.
咁如果你淨係睇嗰個嘅單獨睇個數字本身咧，似乎大教會可以接觸更多人。
Unless you know math.
咁但係如果你識少少數學，你都知道唔係咁計嘅。
So let's say that you had 56 mini churches of an average attendance of 51.
咁咧就我哋即係除一除咧，我哋知道其實即係如果你將51除呢個28咧，即係話一間細嘅堂會咧，就等於50幾間，同埋一間大嘅堂會等於50幾間細嘅堂會啊。
That'd be the same amount of people as the mega church has in one church.
係啦，即係嗰個數目咧，就係即係將嗰個嘅大教會除翻細教會個平均數啦。
Those 56 mini churches would reach 1,792 new
咁如果
people.
你將呢一個數咧，就乘一乘佢哋32人，即係佢哋平均可以接觸到嘅咧，即係話呢56間嘅教會加埋咧，喺平均數字嚟計啦，當然喺5年之內咧，總共係接觸到大概1792人嘅。
Okay. So, as you can see, a lot more little churches are actually better than one big giant church. So why is this?
點解會咁嘅？
Let's assume that they're both preaching the same message of Jesus Christ.
我哋先假設啦嚇，兩類嘅教會其實佢哋同樣都係好忠心去教導宣講上帝福音嘅。
Why would the new churches grow so much faster?
咁但係點解新嘅堂會可以接觸更加多嘅人呢？
Number one is survival.
咁第一咧就係佢哋嘅呢間新嘅堂會，因為佢哋要好努力去掙扎求存嘅。
New churches must do evangelism in order to survive.
所以如果你唔做就死得嘅。
By necessity, the people in the church know we need to be doing this work and doing it together.
咁裏邊嘅弟兄姊妹咧就自然咧就知道咧就呢一個咧唔係一個即係你想唔想做嘅問題，你必須要做嘅問題啦。
When I was thinking about this, I thought about the book called Unbroken.
咁咧睇到呢個時候咧，我就諗起一本書啊。
It's a true story about men in World War II who were stranded on a lifeboat.
咁咧就講到咧喺第二次大戰嘅時候咧，就有一個嘅美國嘅軍人咧，就佢就因為遇到啲海難咧，就要喺一個嘅救生艇裏邊咧去求存啦。
There were 3 men.
咁咧喺個救生艇裏邊有3個嘅士兵。
Their lifeboat had holes in it.
咁個橡皮艇就穿窿。
So the air was leaking out.
咁梗係漏氣啦。
And then sharks were coming after them.
有鯊魚嚟咬佢喎。
So one man used the paddle to beat the sharks away.
咁咧就其中一個人咧就見到咁情況咧，冇乜辦法啦，就於是會用嗰個嘅槳，即係個船槳。
One man used a patch to try to patch the holes in the boat.
咁另一個咧就要忙於咧就係用嗰啲嘅布咧去補翻嗰個破咗個窿啦。
And one man used a pump to try to keep the boat from deflating.
咁第3個咧就好努力咁樣泵，即係你希望呢嗰個嘅橡皮艇咧就唔會漏氣漏得太多啦。
Sometimes this is what it is like to be in a new church.
咁咧教會其實嗰個狀況同佢哋都差唔多。
Everybody has to be doing something for the church to survive.
唔做就死得㗎啦。
They're focused on the need. We must go out and share the gospel.
咁所以咧，佢哋就見到好大嘅需要要出去咧去分享福音。
As a church grows, sometimes people compelled necessarily by survival.
咁但係當一間教會咧係即係成長到某一個嘅size 嘅時候咧，佢發現佢哋就冇咁大嘅迫切性咧，就一定要做咁多嘅福音工作。
In fact, the temptation is to think, well, I think we're big enough, we're going to make it now. We don't need to try as hard anymore.
咁佢哋會見到啦，咦，我哋其實個案都做得唔錯咯喎，我哋教會都幾大㗎咯喎嚇，應該滿意啦。
Of course, you know, in a new church, a small church, visitors do not go unnoticed.
咁咧，我哋見到另一個事實就係一間嘅細嘅堂會咧，就裏邊嘅成員咧就好難被忽略嘅。
You know everybody who's in your little group, so when new people come, everybody knows that's a new person.
係啦，咁個嘅群體咁細，一隻眼都睇得晒啦。有新朋友嚟，第二隻眼就會見到佢哋㗎啦。
If you've ever visited a really large church, you know you can walk in, you can worship, you can leave, and maybe nobody ever said hi.
但係你去間大教會死咗都冇人知喎。
New churches have fewer programs to distract them from the core mission.
咁但係一間嘅細堂會咧，亦都有一個嘅優勝之處咧，就係佢哋冇咁多嘅事工咧嚟到去纏繞住佢哋。
As a church gets older and bigger, it has the need for more infrastructure and more programs.
但係對一間大一啲同埋一啲咧歷史長一啲嘅教會嚟講咧，佢哋就要需要唔同嘅事工咧，係維係住嗰間教會嗰個嘅形態。
And the focus, the money and the time go to keeping those programs going.
咁於是乎咧，嗰啲嘅奉獻啊、時間咧，主要咧都係流向咗去維係呢啲嘅即係已有嘅會有嘅事工上邊啦。
People who go to small churches are often afraid that they will not grow like the big churches because they do not have great programs.
咁咧一啲嘅細嘅堂會有時佢會擔心話：哇，我冇嗰啲大嘅堂會一樣喎，咁鬼多活動嘅，死啦！咁我哋點樣會去即係增長咧？
But the reality is the churches with very few programs that are new and small actually grow quite quickly.
但係事實係啱相反嘅，就係嗰啲咧冇乜嘢搞嘅小嘅堂會咧，反而係更有效咧去吸引啲新嘅朋友。